your perception of the program from the inside what it was from the outside? And talk about that if you would, please.
Yeah, so even last year at my last school, I was kind of a fan of Tulane. You know, he kind of pulled for the Louisiana teams that are in any championship. So last year I was a huge fan of Tulane. And then when I got in the portal and I had the opportunity to come here and I saw the vision that the guys had to get back to where we at right now, it was a no-brainer for me. So everything that I saw from the outside looking in was exactly what it is right now.
When you talk about culture, how much does like the culture here or contrast and compare the culture here versus like being under a coach like Billy Napier with the Cajuns?
I think there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of structures, a lot of things that it takes to win. It's a lot. It has to do with a lot of the small things and the culture of people that you bring into your program is a big thing as well. So adapting from UL to Tulane was easy for me because I had a lot of structure there and I had a lot of there's a good culture there as well. So it was kind of easy for me to adapt and there was a lot of similarities for sure.
Did you watch last year's conference championship game on TV? And if so, what do you remember about watching?
What stood out to me was that Tajay Spears kid. That dude was special. Even in the Cotton Bowl as well. So just the players that they had, the level of talent in this conference kind of drew me to this conference as well to level up my game. So just watching that game last year and seeing that they won the championship when I got in the portal was just I wanted to do that same thing, repeat that same thing with these guys.
You had a unique experience, I guess, because while you weren't here for the championship game, you have experienced the championship game
Right.
at home, full crowd, storming the field. How much do you feel like maybe being in an environment like that helps you going into an environment like your home crowd this week against SMU?
Yeah, so besides the crowds, just brick and mortars. I mean, it's a stadium, it's a football field, it's the same length. So for me, it's just another game, another opportunity. I wouldn't put it so high, but I mean the stakes are higher, but it's just a regular game. You know, got to go out there, have that same one and zero mentality, and it's just a great opportunity for us as a team and as players to showcase what we've been doing all year.
Why do you play a lot bigger than you are? Where do you think that comes from?
I think that comes from just kind of how was brought up. My parents, just the hard work that they instilled in me, and just kind of having that chip on my shoulder ever since high school, college to now. Like it's just that chip on my shoulder just to go out there and play with maximum effort and show that I don't have any weaknesses, even despite my size. I don't have any weaknesses. So that's kind of the things that keep me going.
You're playing a different position here than you did at UL.
Right.
How much has your confidence grown
It's
during
grown. It's extremely well. So in the beginning of the year, just kind of learning the role of my role here. My role at UL is a little different. I played in multiple spots, just kind of honing in on my job and realizing that this defense is good. So when I have to make my plays, I need to make them. So um, just I'm extremely confident right now. I've been playing confident, so it's been going
the
good.
second play of the game? You caught the game-turning play last week on with the deflection. Is that a play you could have made at the beginning of the year? Just how come?
Yeah, I feel like the other play I could have made at any point. It was just that play at the game. It was film study. It come down to film study, knowing the situation and those things. When those plays present themselves, it's time to make a play, and I was glad I could help my team make it.
What's the challenge this week with SMU? They've been scoring at a high rate.
Right.
What do you see when you watch them on film?
They like to, if I was an offensive player or a receiver, I would love to play for them. They like to throw it deep. As a receiver, I mean that must be fun to play in. So just the vertical passing game that they do a great job of getting scheming guys open and taking shots down the field. And as a defensive back, it's an opportunity for us to, eliminate some of those problems that they do present for defenses.
How do you win those 50-50 balls?
You got to work on them in practice. You got to play violent, knock out their hands, fight them down the field, to make them uncomfortable. And if we can make those guys hold the ball, our pass rush, they're gonna get there.
Obviously, their starting quarterback Stone is out for the season. What do you know maybe about their backup in Jennings, and like what have you observed with him on film?
He's a good athlete. He can run the ball. He can throw it on the run a little bit. So it kind of reminds me of the North Texas quarterback a little bit in a sense. He played a little bit against Rice, so kind of just seeing I think they still have the same philosophy as they've always done. But he's a good player, and it's gonna be a fun challenge for us.
They have a lot of different receivers with catches in
Right, so that just means everybody has to be on their P's and Q's on the back end and make sure that our coverage is tight and make sure that we're giving the guy different looks. Because you're right, a lot of those guys do have a lot of receptions at different spots and positions. So it's just everybody being on one accord in the back end.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.